Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Miami Dolphins. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Gun!
Out of the gun, Smith. And an alley to run. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Throw on 2nd down is Smith. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Leonard Floyd. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Here's the 1st carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. This is Cohen. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They run. This is Cohen. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Open space inside the 10. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack the receiver. How they attack him here. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On first down, Smith. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep. And that's caught at the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Smith on first down. And a quick throw here that's complete. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. A strong look. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 30. The 20. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach. The offensive coordinator just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone. Can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Leonard Floyd in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now it's Smith. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Detroit!
Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Let's go.
Hot! Hot!
From the gun, here's Smith. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up fourth down.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front seven can get him down.
Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Detroit! Detroit! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Hot! Hot!
They are going for it. It's Smith. Flushed out right. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. They've got his man complete. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Leopard! Leopard! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
On 1st down, it's Smith. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. But right now, he is wrecking things for them.
And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now Smith on 3rd and goal. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he could break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. Wide open receiver complete. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Quinn. He'll find the open man on the right side. It's Kane. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw. Quinn. On the crossing route, complete. It's Kane. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there of 22. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
4 down. Alert.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Crunch.
Operating from the gun. Quinn. Buying time to his left. Now he'll turn and throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Gun!
Check 88.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
After the interception, here's Smith. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Leonard Floyd able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A shotgun snap for Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll leave it for Cohen, complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Detroit!
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, it's Reynolds. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Back to throw. Quinn, he's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
3 down.
They give it to him running left. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
We got 3.
From the gun, Quinn. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them get the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette across the 30 to the 31-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Everyone's got 4 down.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Steps away to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Leonard Floyd. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Smith from the gun. He'll throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a 1st down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Throwing on 1st down. Quinn dancing to his left. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. This is caught. And he's brought down. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And give him a gain of 37.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Now Cohen. A good move on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, it's Cohen. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On third down, Quinn. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They'll run forward with Tariq Cohen, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Miami Dolphins. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Black 99 Philly. Here we go. Now, let's go. Green.
On first down, Quinn. Being chased out left. And his first look is incomplete.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Gun!
Throwing again. Quinn, flush to his right. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Quinn. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Throwing on first down. Quinn, a throw left side, complete to his receiver Westbrook. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there, 45 yards. And the Dolphins are going to take a first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
Smith. And connecting here with DJ Shark. 20, 10, 5, and all the way down to the 5. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 56 yards. And am I seeing this correctly? They brought out the field goal team here on first down. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. And Lambeau will put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
No. Check. Patriot. Watch him now, Barney. Watch him now, Barney.
Check 3.
Looking to throw on second down. Quinn. He completes it to Westbrook. Past the 20. 10. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A big play there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point safely through, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point kicker. Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. And that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They'll fake it. Now Smith rolling to his right. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. And what is going on here? I've got 3rd down. Screen shows 3rd down, but they've got the punt team out there. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So now here come the Dolphins. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
On 1st down, Quinn. Forced out to his left. And incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
3 down. Detroit!
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Quinn. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90! No. Off. Detroit!
On 3rd down, it's Cohen. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down and needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down. And they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down. But guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Here's a give to Fournette, and he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
4 down, 4 down. Hey, get him, you got him. Like 6. Hey, let's get in them holes.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
No. Check. Patriot.
And they'll go on the ground. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
4 down. Motion man. Watch 12.
They'll try and pick it up with Cohen. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
4 down. All right, here we go. Blue 90.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And the 2015 first-round pick, Malcolm Brown, brings him down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Hurry up, here we go.
A handoff to Fournette. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. Leonard Fournette stops short of the marker on 4th down. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. The drive will start with an option going left. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. First foray into the red zone for Miami. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. And they'll run it here. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Man, how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. On now the Miami field goal unit. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. They start the second half with Kamara. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And down to a knee. That's one way to call a play. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Here we go with Kamara. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Down 2 scores. I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. Well, didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play. And they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
He's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards on the play. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
No. Check. Patriot.
He'll get it up the middle. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Dolphins on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Call it 6, maybe 7, but now they're left with 4th down and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe they'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And his kick is indeed good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. On 2nd and 10, Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
3rd and long, it's Smith. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down.
Mike 22. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Shift. All set. Gun. Rip left. Gun.
They're going to go for it. It's Smith. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They try again with Cohen. He's to the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. 25 yards. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Spins away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for me. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Now Smith operating from the gun. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
2nd and 10. Smith again. He shakes it off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Leonard Floyd able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Smith. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
They snap it to Smith. And they're going to bring him down. Back across midfield at the 45. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. Gets past one man. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
We just saw what a lot of teams call a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game. That signifies they want to run the football. Yeah, occasionally they'll play action and throw it, but most of the time, those guys on the field means strength, power, run the ball behind them. And now what a lot of teams are doing is they're taking an extra offensive tackle and putting him in a tight end number to give him even more blocking power. And we just saw it on that play.
That is caught inside the 5. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal. They'll try and sneak it here. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. It's their quarterback, saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Operating for the gun. Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Gun! Detroit! Detroit!
I'm here all day.
Here's Smith now on second down. Flushed out right. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 9 on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Trip. Watch 85, ball's going 85.
Gun!
Let's make these big.
From the 50, it's Smith. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. That one goes for 24 yards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Smith steps away to his left. And he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. He got it stripped, but you can see the panic in his face from up here through the helmet. He was able to dive back on it.
A good bit of fortune for him because oftentimes on a strip sack, when that ball is wrenched out of your grasp, it can go in any different direction. It can go way away from you. In this case, it didn't matter. He was able to get on it.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Smith. Dancing to his left. This is caught. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that will get him one closer. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. Now, I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! Hut!
And he's got some space here. And he's into the clear. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on. Point after, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Leopard.
On first down, Smith. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Smith on 2nd down. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Over.
Here's Smith throwing on 3rd and long. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Leonard Floyd in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Hut.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Smith on first down. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. 12 more yards there and another first down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
Gun!
3 down, 3 down.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive